Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Today I'm gonna draw Zoro from One Piece as a Pokemon. Yep. Okay, good. So, what am I gonna do? I'm still not sure. I'm thinking it should be Tiger. So I can start with a pose. I don't want it to be very humanoid. I already did one some time ago, which was standing on two legs. So I would like this one to be more animal-like. So instead of wielding actual sword with its hands, I think it would have three tails that will use as the swords. What's your favourite One Piece character? I like Brook a lot, as you mentioned. I think Usopp, when he actually does something, which he hasn't done since Dressrosa, sadly, but when he does something, he's definitely one of my favourites. I think he's a lot of fun. His fights aren't so power level-y. They're just very like creative, like his fight against Perona, or I don't know, or very emotional like the Luffy fight. So I really like Usopp. Law is also really, really cool. Morning, everyone. That's such a fun idea for our stream. Thanks. Hey, are you making the Straw Hat crew? Yes. I'm planning on doing a One Piece region, and I'm doing the starters. So I want Zoro to be the grass type, Jinbei to be the water type, and Sandy the fire type. And then Luffy would probably be a main legendary with together with Emu, who would be kind of like a chaos versus order kind of theme. So, Zoro has an Ashura theme, so I'm going to search for some reference, see what kind of appearance it's supposed to have for its face. Oh yeah, I also want to make it grass and ghost type. I was going to make it steel, but I think ghost is really cool because of how lately has with its conquerors this kind of wispy look. So I like that quite a lot. And he's a king of hell and all that. Right now, I'm not worrying too much about proportions, just thinking about what kind of details I should add to the design. For example, I don't know. Will you do the other to God as well then? I'm not sure what you mean with that. Other to God. That's so cool. You should do Shanks for pseudo legendary. Maybe. Maybe. How far are you in One Piece? I'm up to date in the manga. So, no spoilers for me. Don't worry. But careful with spoiling in the chat. What stage is this one? I'm working on the third stage. I'll probably sketch around between the first and third stage, depending on the ideas I have and how I'm feeling. Once they're both done, I'll do the second stage. Shanks and Blackbeard would be cool pseudo legendaries. I think Blackbeard would probably have to be a legendary, as I feel like he's going to be the final villain. Yeah, probably not. It's probably not mentioned Zaza too much. Don't want to spoil. Also, I wouldn't do a Pokemon with that because there's not really much known about it. So. What could we do? I could add some more wisps, just to get the vibes a bit. Also, if you have any ideas on what to do with this Pokemon, just let me know. I'll see if I can add it. The idea's not very clear yet. It should be dark, like the bandana. I used to draw Fakemon, and drawing first and last makes middle easier for me. Yeah, I normally draw the middle stage at the end, just do something in between. Unless it's a very clear like there's a big order in the concept. Like I don't know. Like sometimes it's just, in this case, it's a Pokemon. It's a Zoro Pokemon. So I just draw Zoro as a Pokemon and just make a cuter version for the first stage, cool version in the final stage, and something in between in the middle. But sometimes the Pokemon, the concept also evolves with each Pokemon. So in that case, I try to sketch them all together. Who's your least favourite character besides ones like the Elder, Akainu, or the Celestial Dragons? I actually like those characters because I think they're fun. I don't hate them. I like to have characters I hate, you know? So, characters I don't actually like in any way or any shape or form. I can't think of one right now. Who do I hate? It's probably some villain who I feel is underwhelming. Like, I don't know, I didn't like the priests in Skypiea. I thought Enel was really cool, but I think all the other ones were pretty underwhelming. So I don't like them. So, yeah, it's Zoro. So, problem with all these important characters is there's so many strong characters, I can't make them all a pseudo-legendary. Like, Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, they're all kind of equal in power and all that. So, yeah, make one a pseudo-legendary. It feels a bit unfair on the other ones not being a pseudo-legendary, you know? So I think I need to be very careful who I choose to be a pseudo-legendary. And sometimes it's okay to just have someone really powerful be a common Pokemon. That can be a powerful common Pokemon like Gyarados. And then save legendaries and pseudo-legendaries for like really endgame stuff like, yeah, Luffy, Emu, probably Blackbeard, the gods, all that. This is missing. I don't know. Yeah, Kaido could probably be a regional Gyarados. Make it an actual dragon type. Let's see. Some Zoro images for reference. So he always has his hand warmer or whatever it is called. So maybe it could be made out of moss. Look a bit goofy, but I don't mind. A bit of goofiness. Also, it's swords. Each have a different colour. So maybe around here it could be a different colour, like red or white or whatever. Give some nice contrast. Obviously, some nice claws. What else? So after I've sketched a bit, I like redrawing everything on top of it to see what I can improve. For example, I think I should give it a more interesting pose now that I know a few details. So what would be a cool tiger pose for Pokemon? Yeah, so I think doing a hunched down kind of pose, like if it's hunting, you know, when its paws going backwards, back forward, I mean. Ears backward, gives a more dynamic look. I also want it to be kind of bulky, so as we have 3 starters, I want Sanji to be their fast starter. No, I want Jinbei to be the tanky one, and I want this one to be the one with a really high attack. So, make an interesting silhouette, I think. Nice, small waist to make it look really bulky in there, this part. Is Frankie a regional bug like that alternative color for the Goon Bugmon design you did? I actually was thinking of, after doing that design, I thought, oh, Frankie could do a really, really cool bug steel type. So I'd probably recycle that idea and do an actual Frankie Pokemon being an Atlas Beetle or something like that. So yeah, I'll do an actual new one for that one. Yeah, Gyarados is stupid strong. For me, out of the 5 elders, the one I actually hate is Saint Saturn. In the middle with Akainu, I forgot his name, and the Celestial Dragon, I really hate the guy that punched by Luffy. Saint Charlos. I like Saturn. Feels sad that he disappeared. I actually liked his design the most out of all of the elders. I wouldn't say sad, like fuck him, but you know. But I like Garling a lot, I think. Its stupid hair is really funny. I like when One Piece does that. You can, like, he kind of makes him badass the way, while still being super goofy. My least favourite character has to be Absalom. Yeah, completely reasonable. Hey, remember me? Probably not. I'm not good at names. If you tell me why I should remember you, I'll probably remember. I can't remember what his voice is like, because I've been mostly just reading the manga, and every now and then I'll watch some scenes or something. I think I want to do work on the face a bit and then continue with the body. I like Shamrock's design. Yeah, me too. It's cool. I like it. You were able to eat one devil fruit. Which one would it be? Counting the ones from filler episodes and the movies, but not Luffy's fruit. Don't really watch the filler episodes, and I've barely seen any movies, so it'd probably be a canon one. Let's see. I think Robin's fruit. is very helpful in your day to day. Just being able to do clones and all that. Would you rather be a pirate, marine, or bounty hunter? And if you chose pirate, you get devil fruit. If you choose a marine, you get super strong. And if you choose a bounty hunter, you get haki. I think I'd prefer being a bounty hunter. You still have, kind of still have the freedom. So you don't actually have to work for the marines. And you're also not being chased by the marines. So you just hunt down whoever you feel like. So yeah, bounty hunter. So now that I have a base for the face, I'm gonna liquefy a bit, get some more interesting proportions. Or maybe it'll ruin it, who knows, but who cares. I never really hear bounty hunters being talked about that much in One Piece, even though Zoro was one, and we got to see two of his friends who were also bounty hunters. Yeah, I feel like bounty hunters aren't really used properly in the show. I think it's a very interesting concept. Just Zoro at the start, and you get this guy with a cactus hat in Dressrosa, and that's about it. It's not really important. So I think it would have been very interesting. We'd have gotten some bounty hunter at some point in the story. I would eat X Drake's devil fruit. Why that devil fruit out of all the really cool dinosaur ones that we get? What's special about it for you? How would it be cool if was see a pirate that was caught, sent to prison, and then became a bounty hunter? Well, if he's sent to prison, I'm not sure how he would become a bounty hunter. Because unless in the One Piece world, once you're captured, they let you free after a few years. I don't know. They never really, I don't think they ever talk about sentences being 5 years in prison or whatever, and then you're free. If we're talking realistically though, I would eat Baccarat's Devil Fruit from One Piece Gold. Is that the one, or I haven't seen that film yet, I'd like to see it. Is that the one where she's super lucky all the time? Because if so, yeah, that one's pretty good for Devil Fruit. That's why Usopp is the GOAT. Funny, he does more in movies than in the actual show lately. think this is starting to look decent. Since you're drawing One Piece characters as Pokemon, what kind of type would Buggy the Clown be? Don't know. Well, Mr. Mime's a clown and he's a fairy type, so maybe he will be fairy. This tooth is not right. I think he will definitely have prankster as an ability, which is also quite common in fairy types, so. I know he has beaten 2 Devil Fruit users 3 times, both being frightened into unconsciousness, where he frightened one with his face twice and the other with a giant hammer. Yeah, Perona and Sugar. See, those are another reason why I like Usopp so much. I just think his fights are a lot of fun. The Perona one's already one of the best fights in One Piece in my opinion. I think I'm liking this face quite a lot, so I might continue with the body soon. Favorite Yonko? Let's see. Who do we have? We have Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, Shanks, and Blackbeard, and Buggy. Yeah, probably Whitebeard. I like him a lot. Buggy's also cool. I think my least favourite's probably Kaido. I actually like Big Mom a lot, even though she wasn't like the main villain. I thought she was a more fun character than Kaido, with all the family thing. Her powers, I think, are a lot more interesting than just being powerful giant, which is fine. Just I really like when things get goofy and creative. Does this look weird? It has like a flesh tooth, same colour as its skin. Yeah, why not? Let's try it. Gives it a more demon look. He's Ashura after all. Fun fact, Buggy has been the only character in One Piece history to damage Luffy's hat and was closest to killing him, I think. Yeah, pretty much. Magellan was also really close to killing him. I'm not sure closer, but yeah. I actually think Buggy's going to be the Pirate King and not Luffy. I just think that. Because Luffy has an actual different dream. And he says he only wants to be pirate. Well, not I don't know about only, but he says he wants to be Pirate King because he thinks that will help him achieve his actual dream. So I think, and I don't know what his dream is. I don't know if it's maybe going to the moon or something crazy, because he thinks being Pirate King just means being the most free man. So I don't know. So I think Buggy will actually be Pirate King. So, because why not? At this point, he already became a Yonko, a Shichibukai, and then a Yonko, so it might as well be Pirate King as well. He was a member of the Goldie Roger crew. I hope Gecko Moria joins Cross Guild. Yeah, me too. I think he will. I also think that once we're finished with Elbath, we will get. We'll see what's been happening around the world, and we'll see that Cross Guild has gone to Impel Down to get an army, because they were saying they wanted an army. So I think they'll go to Impel Down to free prisoners, and they'll get their Weevil, who hasn't done anything in the story yet, so I'm sure that's a way of getting it. I think Boa will also join them, because she doesn't know what to do right now, because they're constantly chasing her in Amazon Lily. So, and I think Gecko Moria will also join, because she's friends with, well, she's right now, Perona just freed her from Blackbeard's Island. Perona knows Mihawk, so I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing to assume that they're going to go to Cross Guild for protection. And also with the reveal of Moria being, possible spoiler, in case you don't read the manga, Moria being Kozuki, even though adopted, it could be, he may be able to read poneglyphs. He was maybe taught by them. So that would give Cross Guild an actual chance to find a One Piece, compared to right now that they have no way, they can't read the poneglyphs. I'm doing Zoro as a Pokemon right now. So for now I'm just doing stuff, and we'll see where it goes. So it's a tiger who has 3 tails instead of 3 swords. Maybe Bon Clay, Doflamingo, and Weaver will be on the crew. Yeah, I think so. Bon Clay used to work for Crocodile, so I see no reason. And it's a good excuse to if they actually go to Impel Down and free people, to put him in the story again. Which would be nice, because he's also one of my favourites. I like him a lot. He's such a fun character, and such a bro. Well, that looks very Diego-like from my side. Okay. not a fan of how these legs are turning up, so I'm just gonna delete them and try again. See, they should probably come out from around here. If I have the scapula, whatever it's called here. So, oops. I want these to look like a spine, because I want him to be a ghost type. Well, I might make him a dark type or steel type in the end, you never know. Nothing's completely for sure. So we have the armor here. That's a nice shape. Works well. If you had to join a One Piece crew, which one would it be? It would obviously be the Straw Hats, but not counting them. I don't know. Shanks' crew would be nice. It's only just the good guys. I wouldn't be in Kaido's crew or Big Mom because you'd probably die after a few days. Yeah, that's better, I think. No, that's not good actually. Looks like shit. I'm not liking these legs. I think the problem is I'm doing the pose too symmetrical. Like where I looked at front and front. So I'm gonna make this paw lean more forward. Like it's actually moving, not just about to jump. I think this looks better. So then this one, make it smaller. And maybe add it around here. Yeah, I think that's better. Yep. Ooh, so hot. Definitely better. I think its ass should be on this maybe. One crew I would join if it wasn't a Straw Hat would be Buggies. Seems like one of the best ones because it seems like everyone really likes him. I mean, look at the ship they made for him. I guess, but at the same time, don't know. It's not like Shanks' crew where it's more like a family and on the Straw Hats and all that. So I'm not sure how I would feel about that. Also, a crocodile's kind of scary. I'm not sure how comfortable it would be him being one of the captains. Or me, Hog. He might get bored and just kill me for no reason. Could have woke him from his nap. I feel like Shanks wouldn't do that. Pretty chill. Also ring Zoro. No, it's not an also ring, it's a tiger. For some reason, the streams are not, or not. Maybe not. Okay, no. Thought it was lagging. Just a tiger. I'm doing Zoro as a starter. Yeah, I know, but it seems like one of the better ones to join. Also, how do you feel about Queen's Zoom 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 song? I love it. I think I liked Queen a lot. I thought it was better than King. At this point, you probably realise that I like really goofy characters. The goofier, the better. Zoom, 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 zoom. I think I'll make don't know. I love Dadan, best Muslim figure. Yeah, Dadan's also great. I really like this scene with her and Garp and all that. When she's crying, saying, why did you let Ace die? I think also Garp's one of my favourite characters because all the conflict, the moral conflict that he constantly has with his grandchildren, serving the Marines, knowing they can do good, but they also serve an evil organisation and all that. I think it's a very interesting theme. It makes for very interesting characters and dynamics. Wow, 8 viewers, wow. Why is one of the One Piece characters a reindeer? Because he's a reindeer who ate the human devil fruit, which made him like super intelligent and be able to transform into a half human, half reindeer thing. Oh, hello there, Alex. Hello, mother. Oh, so which version of Zoom 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 is better? The Japan version or the English dub? Well, I haven't seen the English dub, so can't say for sure. But probably the Japanese. I normally like original language better. But I can't say for sure because I haven't seen it. I'm gonna keep watching for maybe 10 minutes. A friend wants me to play Violence District. Don't know what Violence District is. So, what is it about? Sounds violent. It's a Roblox game based on Dead by Daylight. In fact, it's pretty much a copy besides the characters. I see. Never really played Roblox. Not really sure what it's about. Just know they have weird cubic proportions. Roblox is infinite games but no games, basically. Infinite games but hardly any good games. I see. For me, the Japan version is way better by long shots. Not even close. Probably. Like, in general, original dub. Not necessarily Japanese, just the original was better because they invest more time and money into it. I hate these adverts. Are you getting a lot of them? I just did. It did say, tell me options or how many I wanted to add and all that. So I'm not too sure if it's really bad or not. If it's really bad, I'll lower it next time. I've got like 4 so far. That is a lot. I haven't been here that long. Okay, next time I'll lower it. I'll do something medium or something. Yeah. So I think I can lower it now. Yeah. Okay, I'll put it medium and see if that's better. Because it would be nice to get some money from the streaming, but I don't want to make it insufferable for everyone. Okay. I think we have a nice base here. I'll copy it and paste it, and maybe try and edit some stuff. I don't know, around here. I do agree. You should have some ads for money, but if there's too many, it gets annoying. Yeah. If there's too many, it's just annoying for everyone. So no point in that. It's not. I don't think it's even going to be that much money anyway. So it's just no point in making it annoying. Just for, I don't know, 1 cent I might get for every ad you watch. Probably not even that. And how long are the ads? Just to know a bit how all this works. Yeah, I never really watched live streams, so I didn't really know either until gave me the option. I might change it to manual ads, so maybe if I have a break to go to the bathroom or something, just place an ad there for everyone. Like that no one's really missing me speaking or any part of the drawing. Longest one I've got so far is 30 seconds, so not that long. So I assume you can't skip them. Some of the ads are skippable. I see. So what do you think of the design so far? For anyone who's new or whatever, this is Zoro from One Piece as a starter, grass type, and maybe dark, maybe ghost, maybe steel, we'll see. And it's the third stage. So, anyone think I should add anything or change anything? I love this design, thanks. I've never watched it, but I think it looks cool. Earlier you said something about the tails replacing swords, so maybe you could make them serrated and look sharper. I wouldn't make them serrated because they're like katanas, so steel grass. Yeah, probably. I might go that way. Better. And I think, yeah, steel grass. I think it's a good base to draw all over again. Now that I have a few things clear. So, what should I do? The face. Let's see. So grass steel hasn't really been done yet, as in a starter, so could be cool. It makes sense for a swordsman to be steel type. I'm gonna try and exaggerate proportions more and see if it looks good. It makes me appreciate designs more, seeing how they're actually made. Yeah, normally in my videos it's just a really 30-second speed paint showing more or less how it was done, but doesn't really represent how much work is dedicated to each design. You should redraw AI Pokemon as real ones. Well, I don't really need to do that because I just do mine from scratch, so... Well, I have done a few for Pokedex fillers who had the old AI ones and I redraw them. Like, but I didn't want to make them exactly the same, but in my style. So we just kind of, like I said, it was an original AI Pokemon, and I redraw it just like we got the idea that he originally had, and just changed the design completely. Is he echoing for anyone else, or is it my earphones? Damn it. Does it sound like robotic? Because it happened to me once when I was doing a collaboration with someone, and in the end I had to use my own, like, record the audio from what he could hear instead of mine. Because it sounded like echoey and robotic. Very weird. I need to look into how to fix that. Run Monsters Run. I haven't seen that. I don't know what it is. Did he draw Luffy yet? I drew him some time ago. But not for the new region. Like, if you look at the thumbnail or the live, you can see Luffy there. But I'm gonna redo it, because that was just a commission I did a long time ago. And I want to turn him into the legendary or mythical of the region. While Zoro, Sanji and Jinbei are there, the starters. Anyways, gotta go. It's been fun watching. Have a great rest of the stream. Thanks. Enjoy playing that game. I forgot the name already. Will your Pokemon health demanding? Can we be what? Will your Pokemon health demanding? Can we be? I don't know what you mean. Bay Winking Splitter. I mean, were you drawing them? How much can we ask of you to do it? You mean if you can give feedback or ask me to do stuff? Feel free to ask whatever. I don't mind. I might do it, might not. Right now I'm going to be drawing Zoro. And if you have some good ideas that I can add here, I could try it if you want. Can you make a Megamon shadow based on the demon fruit? I think that's what it's called. The devil fruits. Yeah, it could be cool. Not my plan. Because the One Piece region is going to be shorter than the Silksong one. But if you want stuff like that, it's better to leave it in the normal videos comment section, because I check those better. Like here, I'll read it now and all that, but I won't like have it recorded in a way or write it down. So yeah, if you want just suggestions in general, not related to this, better to leave it in a normal video. Thank you, because all I ask is a live in-house Pokemon for one specific Pokemon on Pokédex for this. Feel bad for those Pokemon that want a home but don't have one. What do you mean with Pokemon that don't have a home? Nice design, thanks. It's Zoro from One Piece. Probably make this thinner. Need to be careful for it to not look too much like Incineroar. That's probably one of the hardest bits, sometimes drawing a fake mon. Like, you already had this reference of an animal on how it will look like as a Pokemon. It can be a bit hard to not just copy it unconsciously. But hopefully it looks like its own thing. There's a specific voodoo doll Pokemon that has that upon evolution loses the little connection and family. You have to check in this archives, otherwise thank you for letting me go on. I think I know which Pokemon you mean. I didn't do that one, so I don't know much about it. Do you guys think that this moss fluff thing here is too goofy? I want to include the warmers that Zoro has on his waist. I'm not sure this is a bit too weird. Like, we have all this edgy design, it just has this fluff here. So, what do you think? You like it. That's good. Yeah, I think it's alright to break the edge a bit sometimes. Right, it's all edgy, but then it has this funny fluffy bit. Is this going to be for a one-time video or series? I would like it to be a series. So I'm planning on the first video of the series being the starters. So we've got Zoro, Sanji and Jinbei. And then I'd like to do more stuff. I don't think it'll be as long as Silk Song one, because in the end I felt like I kind of dried the cow, you know, with the Silk Song ones. So I think a series of 5 videos would be just the right amount, not too much, not too little, and probably not do like the regional rodent and all that. No one really cares. Like if I'm doing a full region, it's necessary, but people don't really care as much as, let's say, the legendaries, the starters, and all that. So yeah, I think about 5 videos. Starters, main legendaries, pseudo legendary, and a few important characters like the Yonko or whatever. Not too bad. We got there. Before I start doing the final art, I'll actually start doing the first stage, the sketch. Wait, which already had a sketch. There you go. And he has a fur ball, which is a morse ball. Actually, I really like this one a lot. So I think I'll just change the tail to make it a blade of grass. I'm actually going to do the final art for this one now. I think it's good enough. still haven't decided what Sanji should be as an animal. Do any of you have any ideas? I did think about a goat, because in illustration he was represented by a goat, but I don't know. I would like to make him a flying type. Flying fox. Why a fox? I would like to be a reason for it. Also, we already have a fire type starter who's a fox. Although that said, we do have a grass cat and I'm doing this, so I guess that doesn't really matter. The hair. What about the hair? His French made me think of a fox. Don't know, mother. Thing is, you're not up to date. You're only seen the live action, so you don't know a lot of things about Sanji. Actually, just thought maybe a frog would be a good idea. Of course, frogs are good at jumping. Sanji's all about kicking. Sanji's like French, and French people eat frogs, so yes. I might just do a fire frog. Are you excited for the new Pokemon game next year? I am. Still don't have the Switch 2, so we'll see how the game looks. Well, we're releasing the trailer. Actually looks good for the first time, I don't know, ever, I think. So I'm actually excited for that. And also, new content when a game comes out. We can do more drawings. It's work. Also, I just really love the new Pokemon in general. I don't really mind that much about the games. Just love when there's new Pokemon and everyone talks about them. Everyone hates them at first, but then you start loving them. From the starters you've seen so far, which ones would you choose? I think I'm leaning into Brout for now, but we'll see when the evolutions are out. But Brout's my favourite for now. Who doesn't like an angry chicken? Also, in case you haven't seen it, my 4 viewers, one of them being my mum, I've designed the starters' evolutions, like what they could look like, so you can watch that if you want. Oh, really hot. I think this is done. Now, here comes the magic. Add in color. Time to color. Yes, that's my favorite part of the drawing process. So, what I'm going to do is get the sketch, because if you notice I haven't added the lines yet, the stripes. So, nice yellowy green. Yeah, something like that. You can always edit it later. And then a dark bluey green, kind of saturated. Have you seen the final episode of Amazing Digital Air Circus? I'm not sure what that is. Is that the one of Pomni or something like that? I haven't seen that show. Wayne King Splitter, you're back. You've been missed. Yes. Yes, okay. I know which one it is, but I haven't seen it. I don't even know what it's about. But I've heard of it. So what's the show really about? I know absolutely nothing about it, so we can just do a quick rundown of what's about. Might watch it someday. Hmm. Basically, humans got their brain scanned and then they're uploaded into a game. Basically, people get stuck in the digital circus after putting on a virtual reality headset that was plugged into an old computer and tried to find a way out. That's interesting. So, Sword Art Online, basically. Just kidding. I'm sure it's better than that. So is it like a kids show, kind of like Adventure Time that adults can enjoy, or is it an actual adult show like Rick and Morty that just kind of makes you think it's a kids show because of the style, but afterwards it's actually quite edgy, or what kind of vibes does the show have? Not a kids show. It's in the middle. It's not an adult show, but from an outside view, it looks like a kids show. Yep, this is Zara, yes. No, I'll give it a try. Where can you watch it? Can you find it in Amazon Prime or Disney, or what is it? Netflix. Okay. I have Netflix. I can watch it there. I also have YouTube. And do Luffy next as a fire type because Sun God Nika. Luffy is going to be some kind of legendary or mythical. So I'm going to keep... It's not going to be a starter. And I probably won't make it a fire type. Even though it's Sun God Nika and all that. Its power isn't mainly fire or anything, so even though it has that fire punch, but I can just make it learn fire attacks. Most characters have fire attacks anyway, so Nami is a water electric maybe. Definitely electric. Not sure if water would make sense because of the clouds and rain. Yeah, probably water electric. It's an indie animation by Glitch Productions. Some people that made Shin Megami Tensei 4, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what SMG4 is. Murder Drones, The Gaslight District, Game Overs, Knights of the Gunniverse, Sunset. I don't know any of them. Sanji Fire and Normal type. Sanji would be a fire type. He'll be the fire starter. Zoro is the grass starter. And Jinbei is a water starter. For Sanji, I'm thinking it'll be a flying type as well. I wasn't sure what to do, but I think I'll make Sanji a frog. Because frogs jump a lot. Also, there's something called frog rain or something like that. So they fall from the sky because hurricanes take them and then they just fall and die. Which is quite interesting. So I think that's quite an interesting theme I can do with Sanji. And also Sanji's like French, and French people eat frogs. The pilot alone has the record for most views pilot on YouTube with over 400 million views. Damn. I assume what you were talking about there. Circus one. Also, you never heard of any of the shows with it? Nope, never. SMG4. I don't think so. Maybe I've heard of them and I just forgot. Could very likely, yes. Liking these colors a lot. Let's see. Usopp has an ability called Lying Future where it can see the move the opponent plays in battle. How would you implement that? Being able to see what the enemy's gonna do. Thanks for the comment or good art. So, if you're using the Usopp Pokemon, do you need to wait until the other trainer attacks to see what they're gonna do? Because I think it'd be a pretty annoying mechanic where people just like, well, I'm not gonna move until you move. Or I'm gonna wait a long time. Well, if we go in the prediction route, maybe you could have an ability, which probably wouldn't be very good, or where all of its moves become kind of like future sight. So they happen in 2 turns or something like that. But they don't know what move it is. Could be quite interesting. Really unpredictable. He lies or he could force a move on less high level. Brook is ghost psychic type. You should have new type of Brook. I think Brook would be more of a ghost and ice type. Don't know why. Psychic. Anyway, I won't be making a fan game of this one anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about the mechanics. It is fun to speculate what it would be like. So, I think it needs a bit of red around the belly to break the color scheme a bit. It's all very green. And Zoro in Onigashima has like this red scarf around his waist. I'm not sure what the name of that is. So I'm gonna try and add that and see how it looks. Because if not, it's going to look a little boring. A bit too saturated. Nope. You should have a new type of mechanical. The mechanic could be devil form, with a new type of skill set and stats based on which devil fruit used. Always weak to water though. I don't know why I said psychic Volgroup. Yeah, I think a new mechanic for One Piece would be something. I'll probably name it Awakened, because we already have Awakened devil fruits and all that. I think it's quite interesting to make them, when you do Awaken, they're weak to water. Although water's already a pretty powerful type, so I'm not sure if mechanically it's a good idea to do that. Yeah, I love the red. I think that looks really nice. Yeah, you can't swim with a devil fruit, but still. Neither does this Pokemon, and making half of them just weak to water, it will make water type a bit broken, I think. And also, not every Pokemon, and not every character has a devil fruit. So, for example, would that mean that Zoro doesn't get part of this new mechanic, which feels a bit wrong, considering it's a starter. So I think Awakening will work and just work for any kind of transformation. Or a Haki mechanic. Yeah, Haki could also do it. Everyone has the option to get Haki, so makes sense. Your mic is echoing. I'm aware. I'm not sure how to fix it, so... what happens when I do this? How about now? Can you hear me? Is it echoing? Let me know if it's echoing, because I turned the mic off in a way, so I'm not sure, maybe I have like the mic on 2 times for some reason. Okay, so yeah, okay. I was talking, but I turned the mic off in a way, thinking that might help it, like maybe I had it on 2 times, but it didn't help, just turned it off, so... I'm not sure why the mic is echoing. It only echoes when I'm using their OBS program. Because when I'm recording it doesn't echo. I'll look into it and see how I can fix it for the next one. Sup Delissa. Hello. Drawing Zoro as a Pokemon. From One Piece. Yeah, you're still echoing, by the way. Sorry. Don't know how to fix it. I'll look into it for the next video. Usopp poison grass type. Don't think Usopp has ever used any kind of poison, so definitely a grass type because of the pop greens. But I don't know about the poison. I want to watch your videos, but I haven't played Silk Song. I'm still trying to avoid spoilers. Yes. Wait until you play. There's no hurry. I'm not going to delete them or anything, so watch them when you can. I have other videos where I don't do Silk Song stuff. And I actually kind of stopped on the Silk Song. Like, this last video has a bit of Silk Song, but not much. Should be fine to watch, I think. So you can watch the other videos at least. Grass poison is overused. Yeah, there's quite a lot of grass poison types, especially in Gen 1. Like, most grass types will just poison for some reason. Grass fire because Usopp used exploding shots. Yeah, I think grass fire fits more. Kaido's dragon fighting. Definitely dragon, that's for sure. Fighting is kind of tricky. I associate fighting more to martial arts, and Kaido kind of just brute forces everything. So I'm not sure if fighting would be the most fitting. He could be grass psychic for his lying future move or ability. Yeah, that could also work. Poison was the most abundant type in Gen 1. Yeah, poison in Gen 1 was ridiculous. Almost everything was poison. So next we have the sword hilts. So we have okay. So one of them is red. One of them is purple. And obviously the most important one, Wadochimondi is white. So let's see, where do I have my white layer? Yeah. Yep. Okay, this is almost done. I'm not a fan of this green. Let's see, I have to saturate. Ah, that's better. Maybe a bit more bluish. A bit lighter. Should I make it grey? No, definitely not. Yeah, that's better, I think. Back to this. So make it more saturated, more green, like the blue. I'll go with this, and I'll add some darker stripes now. Not sure I like it. Big Mom, very dark or very electric? Thing is, she has a lot of elements. She has fire, electricity, she has a sword. Fairy feels, because of the wedding cake, like it fits. So I'm not really sure. Maybe she could be a pure fairy type with an ability that allows her to get a secondary type. So when she uses Zeus or Prometheus or whatever. Could also add a beast type and make Kaido Dragon beast type. I like the idea of a beast type in general in games. Like if I made my own franchise, I want to add the beast type instead of normal or something. I like beast, but I don't think it's necessary within Pokemon because it kind of represents already a normal type. So. Nerissa, how are we able to draw these things? I've had an idea of a mon in my mind, but I'm confident I'll be able to draw. How are you able to draw these things? I've had an idea of a mon in my mind, but I'm confident that I'll be able to draw my idea. How do I just practice? I guess I've been doing it for years. So just do your idea and hope for the best, I guess. And you, thought so. Do you do digital art or do you do it like a piece of paper and all that. Pencil and paper. Yeah, it's not easy to draw in pencil. I like digital a lot. Like before I used to draw with a pencil, but I was mostly copying things, so it was quite easy. But creating new designs on the paper, it wouldn't be easy. Because digital has a lot of really cool things when you're just creating new stuff. Like, you have the this tool, the warp tool. You can just move things around, all your mistakes, the colors. You can just try whatever and then just change them around. So, when I now want to do this, I really like blue, green, or whatever. I can do it without a problem. You missed my Big Mom comment. Sorry. Big Mom could be fairy, goes for her devil fruit. Definitely fairy, as I mentioned before. She's very pink and likes cake. And Ghost? Ghost could also work really well, yeah. Because she does do like these yokai things with her powers. And also soul powers, so it makes sense. I think Ghost would make sense with a lot of type variety attacks, so she can still learn like fire types and electric and all that. I think Ghost works, yes. I never got into digital art, to be fair. Don't know where to start. Well, where to start? Just buy a tablet, I guess. A cheap one, just to try things out. And there's plenty of programs. Like if you buy an iPad, you get Procreate for life. It's only worth like $10, so a really good program. I don't use it, but it's good. Takes a lot of time to make one Pokemon. Yes, it does. Doesn't help that I'm chatting all the time. So still 3 hours. It's a final evolution, so it's more or less what I expect. Do I like that? I don't think so. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Do you think, chat? Do we like it? Do we like a bit eyebrow things? I have an Android tablet. Any suggestions on there? Depends. Is it an actual drawing tablet? If it's not, I see how it would actually work. I don't know how you could draw with that. If it's a digital tablet, like for drawing, there's plenty of tutorials. Zora should have a move that hits 3 times. I like it. Yeah, it should have a move that hits 3 times. As for a tablet, yeah. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to draw, so you should look. You can also ask ChatGPT or whatever. Look, I have this and that. Can I draw digitally with this or not? Or what are some cheap options if I want to start doing digital? If it's just a normal one, I don't think you can draw with that. But I wouldn't know. They're not that expensive. Like, it's not dirt cheap, but you can probably get one for €200. I think I like it. Okay, I think this is good. I can always come back later to add more details. So I'll add the shadows now. Nami could be a regional cast form. Yeah, Nami's pretty much just a cast form, so. Luffy could be a regional infinite. Luffy's gonna be the legendary of the region in its sneaker form. Together with Emu. So they will kind of be like counterparts of Chaos and Order. Light versus darkness or whatever. All that, you know. Nine people, wow. This is a record. Pretty much famous. Luffy could be being, but more forms for Nami or an Evo 2. Are the starters Zoro, Nami, and Sanji? No, the starters are Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei. But I was really struggling with Jinbei. I do have a few sketches, so I guess if I can't do anything good with it, I could always change to Nami. My highest is 3 people at a time. Not bad. I've been more or less around that here, so. There should be more people. Would be nice, but doesn't really matter. I'm starting still. There's echo, so I can't blame anyone for leaving if there's echo all the time. We'll get there, we'll get there. Jinbei would be water fighting, right? Yes. Echo fades in and out. Strange. Really don't know why. Once this is over, I'll look into it. Can you add a shark sea beast for me maybe in later episodes? What do you mean exactly? As in, do a shark sea beast Pokemon in the future? Probably do a shark at some point. I mean, Jinbei's a shark, so that could probably be it. Ability concept. Focused mind. Ignores accuracy drops on itself, evasion bobs on opponents, and can't be confused with the things and can't be confused. 3 things and at least it sounds like a situational ability. Oh, so you mean for Zoro, yeah? I was thinking for this Pokemon, well, obviously overgrown because it's starter. But I think it could have, as a hidden ability, something that makes steel type moves or grass type moves super effective against fire type attacks, because Zoro learns how to cut fire, which would probably be a bit unfair on the Sanji Pokemon. So I don't know. Not for Zoro, he would definitely get confused. Yeah, he would. Hidden ability. Gets lost and doesn't fight for 3 turns. Actually, that would be emergency exit. It just gets lost in the battle, so it just leaves after a while. I love sharks. Yeah, they're really cool animals. What's my favourite type of shark? Mine is hammerhead. Favourite shark? Probably the hammerhead as well. I think it's just really goofy looking. I like that. I like the goblin shark, but I think I like it only because of the what's it called? The Garchomp Goblin Shark regional I made in the last video. So I think that kind of made me like Goblin Sharks. The colour palette reminds me of Zygarde. Yeah, I guess, yes. It's green mostly, has a bit of red. It's kind of similar, yeah. By that logic, give him hustle, but instead of accuracy drop, he have a 10% chance of switch out of battle. That would be funny. Not sure it would actually be a good move. And a good ability. I think make it quite useless, because imagine you're about to take a Pokemon out and then just your Pokemon instead just switches out. You need to put something in, and it just dies because it just randomly had to switch in something, which, you know. Mine is Epaulet. What's an Epaulet? Is that a type of shark? Did he say he would make a shark sea beast for me? My phone died. Well, I'm gonna do Jinbei as a starter, which is a shark beast kind of looking thing. So that's the closest thing I'd probably do. If I could leave a very specific idea and I really like it, I might do it in one of my videos. Okay, look it up. Epaulet. It is cool looking. Could be like a shark with a lot of eyes on the sides. Would be nice. I like it. Was it really that small? There's a picture with it we have it in the house. Probably a baby. Quite small. Freeze dry is super effective against water. That's true. It's already something that exists, having moves that aren't normally effective against something be super effective. So I think instead of the hidden ability, having its signature move be something, a grass type move or a steel type move that's effective against fire could be quite good. Yeah, they grow to 4 feet, but this one could be Sea Beast. Yeah, it could make it really big. Going to have a leak. So, I'm going to try something and give you all an ad. Because why not? Manual, and how do I do it? Let's see. What, is this it? Yay! Ads, yay. I don't know how to add an ad. Insert ad. Here you go. Enjoy. I'll be back. I'm back. I just got an ad 30 seconds ago. Sorry. I had to pee, so I thought, well, might as well give you an ad. Nothing was going to be going on. No more ads, don't worry, for at least a while. Automatic. No, I put low ads. Boom, 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 boom. Mr. Someone, bring me a dream. Cops after him. Yeah, wonder what he did. Oops. Oh no, I lost 3 viewers with that ad. Shame on me. Shame on me. Lost 30% on my viewers. You haven't had any ads? Strange. You don't have YouTube Premium, do you? Well, I don't know. Oh well, good for you, I guess. No money for me. Did you like the CBs for Epaulet shark I did in here? Yeah, it's quite an interesting shark. It's quite cute. Not sure if I'll actually do it. For now, at least. So many things I want to do. This is almost done, so probably get going soon. Cook my dinner. What is Zoro type? I wasn't here at the start. I will. At first, I was gonna make it grass and ghost type, but in the end, I think I'll just go with steel. I'm hooked, so I can watch stream for a bit. Well, there's not much left. Well, it's pretty much done. Just need to add some highlights. Bye bye. Shock, bro. You're watching the live action, the One Piece live action. Sorry, I was gone for a bit. What did I miss? Depends how long it was. Let's see. I'm almost finished. That's what you missed. You also missed an ad. Will you do others after this? Yes, I'd like to do more. Planning to make this a series. I'll stream from time to time. I think it's quite fun. Also makes me jaw more, I think. Like, oh, how all these people, 6 people, watching me, can't just leave now. Bye bye. Bye Wink King Splitter. Thanks for being here for so long. Will you do any others on this live stream? Won't. Just gonna finish this design and stop for the day. It's already been like 3 hours and a quarter, so I think quite enough. Getting hungry. Who would win in a music battle, Brooke or Queen? Definitely Brooke. Brooke is a super famous superstar, worldwide famous, so yeah. Also, he's professionally a musician. Queen's more of a hobby. fun fact, do you know Queen is Frankie's father? Because those of you who don't read SBS don't know these kind of things. Yeah, I know. What the fuck? So, yes, Queen is Frankie's father. So apparently, they revealed in our Vibra card that Queen has a son who he abandoned like 30 years ago, I don't know, which is the same year Frankie was abandoned by his parents, who were pirates. And there was also some extra information. It wasn't just that. There was quite a lot of things. And then eventually in SBS, I think Order just revealed it. Yes, indeed, Queen is Frankie's parent. Frankie's dad. Wait, Queen is in his 60s, 70s. I think Queen is like 58. He's a bit older than Kaido, who is 50 something. No, he's older. And fun fact, they actually didn't meet in at any moment of the raid in Onigashima. And even if they did, Queen was transformed into a dinosaur, and Frankie is a cyborg. Also, both are cyborgs. So fun fact, that's probably where Frankie learned all his tech stuff, because he was living with his dad for some time. Also, Frankie's wanted poster is the Thousand Sunny for some reason. Yeah, I think he's like 58, or maybe I don't know. I'll look. I'll check. Okay, Queen is 56. And Kaido is 59. Oh, okay. Kaido is older. And he's probably older than King, at least, I think. This is insane lore drop. Yes. You should really read the SBS. They have so much random information they get out of nowhere. For example, Fujitora, the admiral, his sword is one of the supreme grades, like Mihawk's. Also explains his Green Ball's origin story a bit. Where can I find the SBS? Probably Reddit. I think if you just search One Piece SBS, like there's one for every volume, so that's like 150 SBS. Sometimes they have very interesting information, very lore drop stuff. Sometimes very silly stuff like Arlong having two penises because he's a shark, and sharks apparently have two penises. Or they ask how if Luffy can stretch his penis, all that kind of weird stuff. But sometimes really interesting stuff, or the ages, information about characters, like what's their favorite food or hobby or stuff. Sometimes they ask Oda to draw their characters as kids. Well, you don't really need Reddit to go into it. There's also some information about old Shichibukais, like who was the Shichibukai before Kuma, who was substituted because Ace defeated him. Now that's a lore drop. I won't spoil who it was, but it's pretty interesting, so you should really check it. Anyway, I think this is done. Not sure what else we could do. Yeah. Zoro as a Pokemon. Pretty good, I think. Not too bad, if I say so myself. Yeah, I found Jimbo can drink more beer than Zoro. Yep, he's most tolerant with alcohol. 10 out of 10. Thanks. Anyway, this is all. Thank you all. Thank you, Mother. I'll be leaving. Thank you for staying until the end and all that. Bye-bye. End stream.